Look, if you woke up this morning, you're a Warriors supporter, I tell you what, you got a massive smile on your face after 19,000 people crammed into Mount Smart yesterday. It was so good to see them back, the fans, after 4 weeks. The first home game up against the Doggies yesterday, and they got the job done. It was a long day, yesterday is, back down there at Mount Smart. A real good call by Sammy Hewitt here at SENZ. And, of course, when you get the 2 points and the Warriors are playing at home, there's nothing better on a Monday morning than just going, yeah, that's going to go down real nice with my coffee this morning.
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And you think a little bit deeper about the unlocking of Shaun Johnson. You think, okay, he's looking fit. He's always been fit. He's looking confident. I feel like he's always had the confidence, but the reason why he's been able to unlock himself is you think back to the previous years when he's been in that role. When you're trying to drive both sides of the field, make the decision by yourself, put so much pressure on yourself because you feel like you're the only person that can lead this team and do what he's able to do, it's too hard. And you've just named all of the players throughout that have unlocked this SJ performance and this consistency and his ability to control the game. Like Dylan Walker, he's a great get. Him and Jazz Tavanga coming off, I can't tell them apart. They look similar, but man, they are adding so much impetus into this group every time they come on the field. And then Tamaiti Martin, when he's on there, he's controlling the left edge. It allows Shaun Johnson to just rove and roam and pick his moments to have a play and have his moment and impact into the game. But then when it gets to the sixth tackle, he's like, give me that ball. I'm going to relieve the pressure. And every kick, some of them were a little bit too long, but most of the time he's getting to that set of six and relieving the pressure. Man, it's so good to see Kempy. Mate, they are so fit, Kempy.
They are.
They are so fit.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
I'll tell you what, I was driving home after the game last night. We did an hour of talkback, and we had plenty of people phoning in to talk to both me and Sammy about the game. And driving home, getting to think, like, what really is the difference? And I've got to say, everyone's talking about his offensive prowess. Mate, it's his defence. It's his defence.
Defence was good.
Like, he is that confident in tackling at the moment. He pulled off another couple of big tackles yesterday. He pulled a couple of big ones off in the two previous games before. But there was one part. See, what tackling and having good D does, it gives you the I guess the confidence to attack. Like, he's picked up the ball once on the 50-metre line and taken it off first receiver and basically taken a settler, which I haven't seen him do for such a long time. But for me, it's just the way that he's got Marata Nuakore sitting next to him, who's a bully, mate. You don't want to run out that right edge because you're going to get hammered from a Marata. He just owns you defensively. Haven't seen a bloke being able to do that on the edge for a long time. You got to think Kikau was playing out there going against Shaun, who's the best back rower in the competition, and Shaun done a job on him. Him and Marata done a job on Kikau. They kept him quiet all game. Grit and resilience are two words that will run parallel with this performance. Richie Agar, the Englishman out of the Warriors coaching unit, has been incredibly proud last week talking to Smithy about the performance of late, but none bigger than the one yesterday. He joins us on the line this morning. Richie, you missing your Yorkshire Puds, bud?
No, not at this moment in time. First home game yesterday, and we managed to get out to the vans and have a steak sandwich, so we're all pretty happy before the game about that, mate. So
is that your go-to, Richie, steak sandwich or steak and cheese pie?
It's going to be, mate, and I can highly recommend it. Yeah, we've gone up a level from the pies, Kempy.
Nice, mate. Look, great win yesterday, Richie. What part of the Warriors game are you most excited about?
Different sort of a game yesterday. We felt there were a lot of fatigue in the game, and at times the game got, I guess, pretty messy. Ball in play a long time, and I think some of the back-to-back, a little bit of offload in there. Yeah, we felt at half time pretty fatigued, but also we felt at times during the game, we did start to get on top. But I'm going to credit the Bulldogs. I thought some of their defence were great, and it went right to the death really. It was a nip and tuck game. So I guess as try-line defence under pressure again held up really well. We got some infringements against us, some penalties probably that we didn't expect, and I thought when we were right under the pump, we held his gloves up. We held his gloves up pretty well, and I thought there were some strong individual performances too.
Yeah, it was outstanding defence, and you're right, the fatigue and the ball and play was huge throughout that. Richie, are you able to give us an update of how everyone's pulled up? Tohu Harris's knee. We've had a few messages asking about Tohu and the Warriors and how they've all pulled up.
Yeah, no, it's too early, guys. We get his initial assessments yesterday, but we've got an injury clinic on and some recovery this morning, so we'll have a better idea in a couple of hours' time, guys. It's just a little bit early for me to give you any accurate assessments on that, and I sort of don't want to speculate because if I get it wrong, it'll soon spread and I'll be in trouble.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. We'll get a bit more of an understanding throughout the day as it all unfolds. Richie, just want to ask you about attack. One thing I've noticed with the Warriors attack, it's quite congested. Is there a reason why the wingers and that centre are in quite tight? And obviously Viliami, with his ability to get that ball open and get his offload going, set up Montoya in the corner. Is that all part of the plan?
I'm just trying to think of which incident you're talking about there. Yeah, sometimes on our attack on the longer side, we'll tuck them in and they sort of swing onto the ball. It sort of can stop the end-2 man jamming your plays a little bit, and it tightens your passes up, so you're not looking at longer passes under pressure with defenders coming at you hard. There's also, I think there's pros and cons when you stand deep and tucked or when you stand flat and wide. Both have the strengths and both have the, I guess, the cues for the defence to shut down, if you like. But it's something that, we've worked on alongside to stop ourselves getting jammed and to try and keep the passes a little bit shorter and crisper when we're attacking edges with numbers. I just felt yesterday on some of that, Tony, that maybe we didn't get our foot in the door enough before we tried to move the ball at times. I felt our best shifts and ball movement came when we created a little bit of momentum and ruck speed.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, Richie. I was saying that exact thing on the commentary yesterday, that you're going too early for the big shot when you should have just stuck to the middle because you were doing a job on them through that part of the field, and you got him eventually when Shaun went through late in the game. Mate, you must be really happy talking about the middle, how they've, but again, you've had a number of your middle players run for 100 metres and really set that platform for the side going forward.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said there. I thought when we stuck at the middle, we did get a lot of joy from it, and I think the variety in our players there. We've got some guys with some punch, we've got some guys with footwork, we've got guys that are really comfortable passing the ball, be it short and long, and passing the ball to our halves too. And someone like Adam Fanua-Blake, when he's got the wind behind him and he gets his footwork going, he's just a very, very difficult man to bring down, and particularly one-on-one. And we've seen that a number of times already this year. Short passes, he runs a good line, he's able to break tackles, and he's got good enough hands-on support as well. So yeah, I think balance-wise at times yesterday, we might have been better sticking to that a little bit. And I'm also going to say this, I think we've got to tip our hats to the opposition a little bit and think, I thought they defended pretty well for long periods too. We did have a fair amount of pressure, and there were times where I thought they came up with some really good edge defence and scramble as well. But I think that's all part of the learning for us. It were a different type of game, nip and tuck, ball in the play a long time, and we were playing a team that had, I guess, a different style of defence to what we've played for the last couple of weeks. So I think another pleasing thing for us when we're talking about resilience is that in a tight game, we never sort of lost our focus and we stayed on it, and sort of always knew that at some point in those last 15 minutes we would get a chance. We'd get a chance or a couple of chances and opportunities to ice the game, and we managed to do that. That's
nice, Richie. Yes, average age of the Bulldogs is 21, Richie, so they're definitely a team of the future with a couple of more good signings I'm pretty sure Phil Gould would bring to the Bulldogs side. Mate, you've got a really tough month coming up. What is a really realistic expectation for the fans over the next month?
Yeah, good question. I think, look, we've got off to a positive start. I think, we're not under any illusions that we've got plenty of improvements on us, and we're going to need to keep improving. I think we saw some of that yesterday, that there were areas of our play that probably weren't consistent enough over the 80 minutes. And I just think it's all about that. It's week by week, trying to keep our messages consistent, trying to keep improving as a team and improving as individuals. I watched again the Sharks last night before I set about our review, and they look like a team. Obviously, they've been together sort of 12 months under the new coach, and while they haven't probably started the season as they would have liked, they're getting the Dally M medalists back in the team last night, and they looked at the whole different team. So we know we've got some tough challenges coming up. We've got a couple of road trips coming up as well, but I think we've just got to try and keep improving every week and try and be as consistent as we can be, particularly in those effort areas, which I don't think anybody can dispute that we're playing with plenty of spirit at the moment.
Not a chance, Richie. Everyone is on the bandwagon at the moment. Hey, well done, well done yesterday, Richie. It was a great win. It was the resilience and the toughness that you guys stuck in there and won the game is why, if you go out there over the next month, you're going to fill stadiums in at Mount Smart with 19,000 people there. They're all happy. Thanks a lot for joining us this morning, Richie. Hope the injuries come up well for you this week. And I look forward to watching the good football over the next month.
I love this comment on the effort. There's only one part. You can control your effort, your ability. Like, I see moments yesterday, the ball was on the ground, it was bobbling around. Like, Warriors players were jumping on it. We score that hard ball get. You either want to get down there in that dark place or you don't. And I'm seeing it, mate. And I love it. Richie Agar and Andrew Webster, they're doing a great job. And Webster's comments yesterday, without Shaun Johnson, we'd have lost that game. Shaun Johnson won us that game. And, that is some praise from a coach that's come in and he's created anxiety and edge in a group, because you don't know one week if you're going to be selected. You might have played all right last week, but every week they are picking a team on merit and hunger and desire, and it's so good, Kempy. Love to catch up with Richie Agar. Well done to the Warriors.